Hello students, my name is Pragati Misra. In my last video, I have discussed about the topic linear differential equation with constant coefficients, in which I told you about the method that how to find the complementary function for a given differential equation. Today I will discuss that how to find the particular integral, that is pi, for any given differential equation with constant coefficients. In order to find the particular integral for any linear differential equation with constant coefficients, we have to discuss so many cases. So I will discuss one case at each day. So you just continue watching my video so you can get all the videos of particular integral. So as I discussed you in my earlier video that the linear differential equation with constant coefficients is of this form. Okay, so in order to write the particular integral for this differential equation, firstly you can see this is the function of d, because a0, a1, a2 and so on, an are all constants, so we can write it as f of d, which is the function of d alone, into y is equal to q. Now the particular integral completely depends on this function q, and what was q? It may be a function of x or any constant. So if I want to write the particular integral for any differential equation, so the method is that pi is equal to 1 by f of d, that is we apply this function in the denominator over the function q. Now this q is a function of x, so it may be exponential function or it may be trigonometrical function or anything. So firstly we will discuss about the exponential function. So we will take our case number 1, which says that if q is equal to e raised to power ax. If q is an exponential function in x, then how to find the pi for such differential equation? So I will tell you the method to find the particular integral for the differential equation in which q is the function of x and it is an exponential function. So our case 1 is that if q is equal to e raised to power ax, in that case pi is equal to, we will use this formula, pi is equal to 1 by f of d into e raised to power ax. And to solve this, we will put at the place of d a. Okay, we will put d is equal to a. So this becomes the function of a. So at the place of d we have to put a only, and then we can easily find the particular integral of the given differential equation. In this way we can find the particular integral, but this provided what? This provided f of a should not be equal to 0, because if f of a becomes 0, in that case the whole term becomes undefined, so that in that case we cannot find the particular integral for that differential equation. So if there are some cases in which f of a becomes 0, then how we can find the particular integral in that case? So I want to discuss then when f of a is equal to 0, then which method we can apply to find the particular integral. So firstly we will calculate f of d. Calculate f dash of d. That is, whatever we have as f of d, firstly we will differentiate them, and then if f dash a, and then we put d is equal to a. In that case, if f dash a is not equal to 0, then the particular integral is equal to x by f dash a into e raised to power ax. That is, simply you can understand that if f of a is equal to 0, then you have to take just the derivative of denominator and then put the d is equal to a, and it becomes, if f of dash a becomes not equal to 0, then we can apply the method, and yes, you have to multiply x in the numerator. Now suppose f dash a becomes 0 again, that is f dash a is also 0. When f dash a equal to 0, then what can we do? Then we calculate f double dash d and try to check then after putting d is equal to a, is it 0 or not? If it is not equal to 0, then we can apply the further method. In that case pi becomes x square. That is, we multiply with another x in the numerator and then denominator becomes f double dash a into e raised to power ax. In this way, we can find the particular integral when f dash a is equal to 0. We have to repeat this process again and again until we didn't get f double dash d or f raised to power n d not equal to 0. And whatever times we differentiate it, we have to multiply with that number of x as well. So now I will take some examples and to show that how we can find the particular integral when exponential function is given in any linear differential equation with constant coefficients. This is our first example. As I told you in my previous video that the complete solution for this type of differential equation is the sum of CF, that is complementary function, and particular integral. So firstly we find the CF for this linear differential equation. So in order to find the complementary function for this differential equation, firstly we have to write the auxiliary equation. And what is the auxiliary equation? Firstly we will put D is equal to M. So the auxiliary equation is, in order to write the auxiliary equation, we have to take the right side of this equation as 0. So, and we will put D is equal to M. So this equation become M square plus M plus 1 is equal to 0. Now we can see that we cannot find the factors of this equation by the factorization method. So we will apply our next method, that is M is equal to minus B plus minus under root B square minus 4AC by 2A. If we apply this method, then we get M is equal to minus 1 plus minus under root of 1 minus 4 into 1 into 1, because A and C both are 1, into upon 2 into 1. So if we solve it, we get minus 1 plus minus I root 3 by 2. So if we see that our real part is minus 1 by 2 and our imaginary part is root 3 by 2. This is our real part and this is imaginary part. So we can easily write the CF for this differential equation, as I told you in my previous video. So you can watch it there. And I am going to write the CF for this differential equation. So what are CF? E raised to power alpha, that is the real part of this complex number, and that is minus 1 by 2. E raised to power real part of this complex number into x, so e raised to power minus x by 2 into C1 cos imaginary part, that is beta, so beta is root 3 by 2 x, plus C2 sin beta, beta is again root 3 by 2 x. So this is our CF. But the question is not ending here. We have to find the particular integral as well. So now I am going to tell you that how to find the particular integral for such type of differential equation. So as I told you in the working rule of particular integral, then that we have to take f of d, that is the function of d, in the denominator, and then we have to apply that function, that is the given function q, over this function. So I am going to apply that, and now we will see how to solve this type of differential equation. Now we will apply the formula of a plus b raised to power 2 here, that is a plus b whole square. And what can we write at the place of this? 1 by d square plus d plus 1. If we apply the formula of a plus b raised to power 2, then we get 1 plus e raised to power 2x plus 2 e raised to power x. I hope you are understanding. And now I am going to separate the each term with this function. So if I separate it, I will get d square plus d plus 1 into 1 plus 1 by d square plus d plus 1 into e raised to power 2x plus 1 by d square plus d plus 1. 2 is constant, so we can take it outside, e raised to power x. Now 1 can be written as e raised to power 0 into x. If we compare compare it with the e raised to power ax, then our a is 0 here, and our a is 2 here, and a is 1 here. So we can put at the place of d, because we were replacing f of d by f of a, so we have to replace d by 0 here, and d by 2 here, and d by 1 here. So I am going to write that. So it gives me 0 plus 1 into e raised to power 0 into x, whose value is 1, plus 1 by 2 square, that is 4, plus 2 plus 1 e raised to power 2x, plus 2 into 1 by 1 plus 1 plus 1 into e raised to power x. After putting this, we will check that whether f of d is 0 or not. If f of d is 0, then we cannot apply this method. So firstly we will check. Here you can see this is non-zero value, this is also non-zero value, and this is 1, so it is also non-zero. So we can apply this method here. And if I solve this, then this becomes 1, and this is what? 4 2 6 1 7. So 1 by 7 e raised to power 2x plus 2 by 3 e raised to power x. So this is our pi. And now we know that the complete solution is the sum of complementary function and particular integral. So the complete solution is given by y is equal to CF plus pi. Now we will take the sum of CF and pi here. So what is our result? It becomes e raised to power minus x by 2 c1 cos root 3 by 2x plus c2 sin root 3 by 2x. This is our CF, and if we add this CF with pi, then we can get the complete solution. So our pi is 1 plus 1 by 7 e raised to power 2x plus 2 by 3 e raised to power x. So this is our complete solution. I hope you understand this example. Now I will take two more examples to show that how to apply the particular integral method when f of d becomes 0. Okay. So I am going to take our next example. So this is our next example, and firstly we have to find the CF for this differential equation. So I am going to write the auxiliary equation. The auxiliary equation is m square minus m minus 2 is equal to 0, since we put RHS equal to 0 here. So if I factorize it, then I get m minus 2 into m plus 1 is equal to 0. That is, we are getting two roots for this auxiliary equation, and that are m1 is equal to 2 and m2 is equal to minus 1. Now you can see the roots are real and distinct, so we can apply our case number 1. So what is CF? That is equal to C1 e raised to power m1x. m1 is 2 here, so is C1 e raised to power 2x plus C2 e raised to power minus x. So this is our CF. Now I am going to find the PI for this function, for this differential equation. So PI is equal to 1 by d square minus d minus 2. We will take the function of d in the denominator, and then we apply this function over this function. So 3 e raised to power 2x. Now 3 is constant, so we can take it outside. 3 1 by d square minus d minus 2 e raised to power 2x. Now firstly we will check that after putting d is equal to 2, is it getting 0 or not? That is it is giving 0 or not? Firstly we will check this. So I am going to check it here. If we put d is equal to 2 here, then this gives me 4 minus 2, because d is 2 minus 2. So you can see 4 minus 4 becomes 0. So our denominator is 0 here if we put d is equal to 2. So we cannot apply directly the method of PI. So firstly we have to multiply the numerator by x, and then we have to take the derivative of this function. So if we take the derivative of this function, then what we get? 2d minus 1 e raised to power 2x. Now again we will check by putting d is equal to 2, then is it 0 or not. So I am going to check again. If we put d is equal to 2, then 2 into 2 becomes 4 minus 1, that is 3, which is a non-zero value. So we can apply this method now. Okay, so if I apply, then we get x by 2 into 2 minus 1 into e raised to power 2x. So what it gives? 3x by 3 into e raised to power 2x. So 3 get cancelled by 3 and our particular integral is x e raised to power 2x. Now we have find the value of CF and PI, so we can write the complete solution for this differential equation. So the complete solution is given by y is equal to CF plus PI. So I am going to add them. Our CF was C1 e raised to power 2x plus C2 e raised to power minus x, and PI is x e raised to power 2x. So this is the complete solution for our differential equation. I hope you understand it. And now I am going to take our third and last example of this video. So this is our last example. Firstly, we will find the CF for this differential equation, and in order to find the CF for this differential equation, we will write the auxiliary equation first. So the auxiliary equation is d cube. We will put d is equal to m, so it becomes m cube minus 3m square plus 3m minus 1 is equal to 0. So if we see, then this is the cube of m minus 1. So m minus 1 raised to power 3 is equal to 0. Now if we see that there are 3 values of m and all are equal, 1, 1, 1. So how to write the CF in this case? I told you that when all the 3 roots are equal, then the CF is C1 plus C2x plus C3 x square into e raised to power mx, that is x. So now we will write the PI for this differential equation. So PI is equal to 1 by d cube minus 3d square plus 3d minus 1 into e की power x. So we will put d is equal to 1 here and try to check that this becomes 0 or not. So I will check it here. So if we put d is equal to 1, then it becomes 1 minus 3 plus 3 minus 1. So you can see 3 get cancelled by 3, 1 get cancelled by minus 1. So here it is going to be 0. So we cannot apply directly the function over this function. Okay. So I am going to apply the next process, that is we multiply it by x and then we take the derivative of the denominator. So what it gives? 3d square minus 6d plus 3. And now we will apply this function over here. Now we will again put d is equal to 1 and try to check that it is 0 or not. So if we put d is equal to 1 again, then this becomes 3 minus 6 plus 3. So you can see this is again 0. So we cannot apply the method of PI again. So I will multiply the function again with x. So it becomes x into x, that is x square. And again we will take the derivative of the denominator. So it becomes 6d minus 6 into e raised to power x. Now again we will check that after putting d is equal to 1, we can see that after putting d is equal to 1, it is again becomes 0. So we cannot apply this method again. So I will multiply with x again, so it becomes x cube, and again we will take the derivative of denominator. So this becomes 6 here into e raised to power x. So this is our PI. Now we know that the complete solution is the sum of CF and PI. So we can write the complete solution for this differential equation. So the complete solution is, so y is equal to CF. CF is C1 plus C2x plus C3x square into e raised to power x, and PI is x cube by 6, e raised to power x. So this is our complete solution for the differential equation. I hope you are understanding. So in this way we can solve the given differential equation. I hope you understand it. If you have any doubt related with this video, you can ask me in the comment section. And if you are liking my content, please subscribe my channel. Thank you.